A KSL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
You are watching the best high school football coverage in Utah. A full half hour of highlights from Week 8 of the season.
Yeah, we had some rivalry games, top 25 matchups, and a play that you probably have never seen before.
It's crazy. There were also some crazy comebacks, including a huge game in Region 4 between number 3 Skyridge and number 10 Lone Peak.
Yeah, Skyridge coming off its first loss of the season last week against Corner Canyon, and the way things started, it looked as if that hangover might have been affecting them a bit still.
Slow start for Skyridge. Let's go in the first quarter of this big one. Lone Peak goes to the air. Quarterback Caden Hodson looking for Crew McChesney. Continue to make big plays in that offense. 7-0 Lone Peak. Second quarter, Lone Peak up 10-3. Ian Sanchez lining up for a 54-yard field goal. Oh, he's got more than enough leg. Lone Peak takes a 13-3 lead. Then with 2 seconds left in the half, they call on Sanchez again, this time from 56 yards. And again, he drills it. College coaches watching this kid. Lone Peak leading 16-3 at the half. Third quarter, Skyridge finds the end zone. Trent Call, 18 yards to Jace Doman. That makes it a 16-10 game. Then under a minute left in the third, Hodson's going to go to Cole Christensen for Lone Peak for a 27-yard touchdown. And the Knights leading 23-10 going into the fourth quarter. They start the fourth quarter by padding their lead. Hodson to Christensen again. This time a 39-yard score. It's 30-10 with about 11 minutes left to play. Is Skyridge dead? Oh, no. Something happened in those final 11 minutes that really turned the momentum around. I'd start with this. Smith Snowden, best cornerback in the state. He's also a great return man. Takes it from zone 4 and takes it left, and he's got too much speed for Lone Peak. 96 yards for the touchdown, makes it a 30-17 game. 3.5 minutes later, they give the ball to Tate Walker. He's going to make it a one-score game at 30-24. Now the Skyridge defense starts to show some promise. Colin Sheffield picks off Hodson's pass, his second of the game, giving Skyridge great field position, and Tate Walker finds pay dirt again. Right up the middle, after trailing by 20 points in the second half, Skyridge takes the lead, 31-30. Lone Peak looked to take the lead with 3 minutes to go, but the touchdown pass to Cole Christensen called back on an offensive pass interference call. Oh, boy. Skyridge would get the ball back and run out the clock, and the Falcons survive 31-30.
Westlake was visiting Corner Canyon. In the first quarter here, Chargers clicking on both sides of the ball. Aiden McDonald, 26-yard pick six, made it 21-0 after the first quarter. In the second quarter, Isaac Wilson finds Quinn Hale back of the end zone. 2-yard touchdown. Still in the second, the Chargers get a couple big plays. First, Wilson finding Tate Care down the sideline. He breaks some tackles, going to go all the way. 70-yard house call there. Now, right before the half, they get more. Brady Brighton. He's going to take a punt return, and he'll also take it 70 yards for the score. Corner Canyon with 52 in the first half alone. It'll be all they needed in this game in the 52-14 win.
We had a lot of special teams touchdowns this week. More coming. American Fork coming off a big win over Lone Peak, visiting Pleasant Grove. Quarterback Champion Edwards connects with Peyton Reese for an 18-yard touchdown. Then in the second quarter, the Cavemen add 6 more. Edwards to Hunter Clegg, the Stanford commit. That's all the scoring they would need. Defense does the rest. AF moves to 2-1 in Region 4 play.
Park City and Brighton are taking the race for the Region 6 title all the way down to the wire. The Miners, a perfect 7-0 on the season, can give themselves a 2-game lead over Brighton in the standings, but a Brighton win would actually clinch the Region 6 title for the Bengals. The Miners had to play some early catch-up in this one, too. Down 7-0, Park City moving the ball downfield. It's Mason Grover punching it in from 5 yards to tie the game at 7. In the second quarter, they're going to give it to Grover again because when you're in close range, he can score. His second touchdown gives the Miners a 14-7 lead. Brighton's not rolling over. Case Gurr, his second touchdown run of the game, ties this game up at 14. Park City finishing the half strong, though. Mason Grover runs over 2 defenders at the line of scrimmage. Burst free, 79 yards. He'll be tripped up just 1 yard short of the end zone. He was out of breath, so Chase Byer caps it off with the touchdown. The Miners are up 21-14. Then under a minute to go in the half, Byer, perfect play fake, over the top to Joseph Eldridge, 55-yard touchdown. Park City led 33-17 at the half. Second half, Brighton got a late touchdown in the third quarter, and that gave them new life. Trailing 33-25 in the fourth when Jack Johnson throws a dime to Nash Matheson, 19-yard score. And the Bengals' two-point conversion here is good, and the game is suddenly tied up at 33, just like that. 4 minutes later, Johnson and Matheson do it again. An 11-yard touchdown for the lead. Brighton erases that 16-point deficit to go up 40-33, and the Bengals weren't done. Case Gurr, 32-yard touchdown, his fourth score of the game, and Brighton locks up the region title with that 47-33 win.
Fireworks on offense from Timpview and Orem. Let's start in the first quarter. Orem down 6. Lance Reynolds, the keeper. A 10-yard run to go up by 1 point. On the next possession, the Thunderbirds start their big day off for Isaiah Vaea with an 11-yard touchdown run. Still in the first, 13-7 Thunderbirds. Reynolds to Roger Saliaponga. He's going to take it 78 yards to the house. 4 touchdowns combined in the first quarter. Catch your breath. We're going to the second. Curvin Tuaone in on a 4-yard run for Timpview. The defense scores in this game, too. Siale Esra picks off Reynolds. He's going to take it all the way back. 71 yards for the score. Timpview up 27-14 at that point. The Thunderbirds would get 2 rushing touchdowns from Vaea. This one, a 68-yard run. How about this? Vaea also had a pick 6 in this game as well on defense. 104 points combined from the two teams, but Timpview comes away with the win, 62-42.
Number 1 Lehigh struggled a bit at Alta on Friday night. The Pioneers needed this pick 6 here by Nathan Adrag to break the game open finally. They would go on to get the shutout, but 20-0 win, and with that, Lehigh moving to 8-0. Next on the schedule, though, the game of the year in 5A, taking on Timpview Thursday night. Spanish Fork went on the road, took it to Wasatch, too. Josh Buck on a 22-yard touchdown run. He had 233 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Then less than 3 minutes later, with 12 seconds left in the first half, Will Dart finds Ty Bona for the score. It's 27-0. Spanish Fork at the half. The defense gets a score in the third. Britt Nielsen picks the ball out of the air. How about a pick 6 and a Piesman? We love those. The Dons move to 5-2 on the season with the win.
All right, now back to 6A. The 5th-ranked Farmington Phoenix entered Week 8 as the only undefeated team left in 6A. They seem to be cruising to a Region 1 title until Friday night. The Davis Darts had them on upset alert. They were ready for this one. Farmington would take the early lead. Easton White finds Dayton Runyon in the first quarter for a 7-0 lead. Davis evens the score in the second quarter. Josh Parker shedding defenders. He can't be tackled with arms alone. 7 all at the half. Farmington would take back the lead in the third. It's Runyon again. And Farmington goes up 14-7. But Davis would have another answer, and that answer was Barker again from 2 yards out. The Darts get a 30-yard field goal from Gage Butler to take the 17-14 lead. Farmington driving to tie or win, but Davis comes up with another pick. Tyson Elkins, ball game. Davis shocks Farmington. The Phoenix unbeaten no more.
Syracuse, they've won 5 straight, averaging 46 points per game during that streak, facing Fremont. Titans up 7-0 in the first quarter. Kobe Bennett with the 1-yard touchdown. In the second quarter, Fremont at the 1-yard line. Keller Facer with the interception at the 27. Titans up 14-0 in the second quarter. Quarterback Jake Hopkins finds Noah Yates. That's a touchdown. Right before the half, Rhett Thompson calls his own number on the fake field goal. 4th down, he finds the end zone. Syracuse now all alone in first place in Region 1 with the win.
All right, a pair of struggling programs went head-to-head on Friday night. Cottonwood with just 1 win this season. Jordan, just 2.
Yeah, but the game that they played may have been the most exciting of this entire season. A game that came down to the wire and was won thanks to a little-known rule out there. That means Cottonwood coach was doing his homework. Cottonwood trailed by 2, 24-22 in the final seconds. The Colts defense came up big, though. The sack forcing Jordan to punt. So the Colts used the little-known fair catch free kick rule. That means a team calls for the fair catch. They can opt to kick an uncontested free kick for 3 points. Cottonwood pulled it off. Ryan Nielsen kicks the 45-yard free kick for the win, 25-24 over Jordan.
Very rare play, and now you know the rule. That's pretty cool. All right, up next, the Game Night 5 and the highlight reel still on the way.
And we've got a rivalry game down in St. George. You want to catch those highlights.
And two of the best 3A teams in the state, two undefeated teams, settling their differences. Grantsville and Morgan. Flash next. Snow Canyon football is mourning the passing of Sophie Hill. The young daughter of assistant coach Paul Hill passed away 1 week ago. She suffered from a rare and incurable childhood epilepsy syndrome. In honor of Sophie, there was purple everywhere at Snow Canyon Friday, including purple balloons at kickoff. A great moment. And then the Warriors went out and won the game for Sophie. And by win, I mean dominate. Early in the first quarter, Will Warner, he's blazing fast. An 82-yard punt return for a touchdown. And he was just getting started. 5 minutes later, he catches a 38-yard touchdown pass. And watch the move he puts on to get into the end zone. Whoop. Snow Canyon led 21-0 after one quarter, down 28-0. Dixie finally scores, and was also an explosive play. Jalen Schultz with a little tight end screen to Mason Kesterson, who turns this into an 83-yard touchdown. Gets a nice block from Seth Takau. But on the ensuing kickoff, it's Warner again. Are you kidding me? His third touchdown in the first half. An 89-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. He has the juice. Dixie again trying to rally. It's Kesterson again. This time on defense, snagging the ball out of midair and taking it to the house. A pick six. But just seconds later, it's another Snow Canyon touchdown. Tegan Hugh. A huge play from Hunter Johnson on the wheel route, 80 yards for the score. Snow Canyon would add a seventh touchdown in the first half. Johnson to Brooks Esplin. And Snow Canyon holds Dixie to just 173 yards of total offense. The Warriors win one for Sophie on senior night.
Pretty cool right there. Well, in Region 11, Skyview was taking on Mountain Crest. The story was the Skyview run game. Another big game for Brevin Egbert. And the Bobcats offensive line as well. He had 212 yards and 4 touchdowns, including that 50-yard touchdown just before the half. Skyview's back to 500. They're also 3-1 in region play with that win.
Let's stay in Region 11. Green Canyon and Logan playing in Maverick Stadium. We'll pick it up in the third quarter. Down a score. Green Canyon's going to tie it when Gavin Christensen runs it in from 11 yards out. We're tied up at 14, but Logan would roll the rest of the way. A big night for Titan Mason. He scored 4 touchdowns, 2 in the third quarter, and those touchdowns would allow Logan to pull away, and now they're at 4-4.
Box Elder and Woods Cross. In the first quarter, the Bees are down 6-0. Easton White is going to go right up the gut, 22 yards, and Box Elder take the lead 7-6. Second quarter, Ryan Griffin rolling out, finds Jackson McKee. End zone, it's a 14-6 lead. Woods Cross would take over at this point, though. Bradley Bailey finds Jacob Howes, dips into the end zone. Then in the fourth quarter, Bailey down in the red zone, this time to Ryan Moss for the score. Wildcats score 4 straight touchdowns to put the game away against the Bees, 35-21. All right, last year, the 3A state title game came down to Morgan and Grantsville. A fourth quarter touchdown by Grantsville gave the Cowboys their first state title in 24 years. On Friday night, the rematch between those two schools. Both teams 7-0 on the season. The winner will take the lead in the 3A North region. Second quarter, Grantsville trailing 14-6, but on the move, Hunter Bell to Parker Williams for the big game. That helped set up Gabe Mortson's fourth touchdown. Cuts the lead 14-13. The third quarter was all Morgan. That was Gunnar Lish with the touchdown for the 21-13 lead. Then here, Nick Despain steps up, hits Gavin Turner for the 26-yard touchdown. Morgan scores 24 straight in the second half. They win it 38-20.
Staying in 3A, Juab looking to stay undefeated against Canyon View, who's having a great season. Wasps hit early. First quarter, Alex Jackson and Wesley Nielsen on the screen pass is an 18-yard touchdown. Canyon View down 7. But Falcons' Asher Groff goes up and pulls in the pass over the defender to make it 35-14 in the third quarter. Trying to rally, but Juab would get even the lucky bounces. Chase Ingram off the fingertips of the Canyon View defender into the end zone for the touchdown. Juab remains unbeaten. What a play. You might see that a little later on in the Game Night 5.
All right, West Jordan and Mountain Ridge in the second quarter here. Damian Crosby's going to go deep, dropping a perfect dime to Jerome Miles. The Jaguars take the 7-0 lead. Later in the second quarter, Mountain Ridge's Jackson Reeser, a tough run, goes for 12 yards. They couldn't take him down. Sentinels get 3 second-half field goals, and they hold off the Jaguars. They hold them scoreless the rest of the way to get that win.
Riverton and Harriman, a rivalry game, end of the first quarter. This is Luke Camblin for the Silver Wolves. Gets in from 4 yards out, and they take a 7-0 lead. Let's go to the second quarter. Easton Hicks, what a season he's having. So many explosive plays. He's got another one here. Into the great wide open, 56 yards to the house. And the Silver Wolves get the rivalry win, 22-14.
Granger visiting Kearns. Second quarter, Kearns, Kaimani Fautea. A 1-yard touchdown giving Kearns the 16-7 lead at the half. In the third quarter, though, Granger gets going. Leighton Carr to Matthew Jones, 14 yards. End of the third, Carr 19 yards to the end zone for Landon Figueroa. He goes up and brings it down, and the Lancers, 27 points in the second half. They move to 5-2.
Region 5, Bonneville and Northridge. First quarter, Jackson Johnson, the Bonneville quarterback, with a 5-yard rushing touchdown. He had 3 in the game. Fourth quarter, Lakers attacking through the air. Cole Luders to Max Diaz, 29 yards, and the score, Bonneville rolls. They're 6-2 overall on the season.
Hillcrest visiting Timpanogos. First quarter here, Timberwolves almost blocked the punt. So what's the next best thing if you don't block the punt? Well, why not bring it back for a touchdown, right? Luke Livingston, 55 yards on the return to make it a 14-0 ball game. Timpanogos up 35-7 in the second quarter. They pull out the bag of tricks, right? The backward pass to Livingston. He has nowhere to go. He's about to get taken down, but still throws it to the end zone and finds Dash McCann open. You know, when everything goes right, it just goes right. Timberwolves are 6-2 on the season with that win. North Severn Enterprise, the Battle of the Wolves. First quarter, Aiden Doherty. Sorry, Aiden. 36-yard run for the touchdown. His second of the day. Second quarter, Kyron Bracken. The handoff is going to break through all the tackles. Jump over defenders as well. 21-0 Enterprise. Bracken with 2 rushing touchdowns, an interception, return for a touchdown as well. And the Enterprise is still undefeated with the win.
And Springville continues to roll. 702 yards of total offense and 74 points on Maple Mountain. Ryder Burton to Luke Nadald. A 91-yard touchdown. Burton 375 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. And Springville moves to 7-1.
East facing Skyline on Thursday night and scoring lots of points in the process. First quarter, Amini Amone with his second touchdown run of the game gave East a 14-0 lead. Now they also scored on special teams. How about a blocked punt? Scooped up by John Amoni, and he returns it for 6. East leading 42-3 at the half. In the third quarter, the defense's turn to score. Chase Barker gets a pick 6, a 56-yard return. And how about it? East rolls 63-24.
All right, you've seen all we have to offer this week when it comes to high school football highlights.
Yeah, now it's time to pick out our 5 favorite plays of the week. Who made the cut for the Game Night 5?
We'll start with number 5. What a night Friday for Snow Canyon receiver and return man Will Warner. He's traveling at light speed. A touchdown catch, kickoff return for a touchdown in this incredible effort. An 82-yard punt return that started a huge first half for the Warriors. He also had big tackles on defense, too. He was doing it all.
How about the effort by the Skyridge defensive line? One player gets to the arm of the quarterback. The ball goes into the air. Colin Sheffield makes the diving catch to come down with the interception. Teamwork makes the dream work, Jeremiah.
It does.
Falcons come from behind to win.
Little inspirational quote there from Sam. I like it. Number 3, Syracuse executes a fake field goal to perfection. Jake Metcalf, the holder, pitches it to Rhett Thompson, the kicker, or so they thought. Special teams, extra special for the Titans in a 45-0 win.
Sometimes it's good to be lucky. I love this play. Juab had luck on their side Friday. Alex Jackson going deep. The pass deflected and redirected into the hands of his receiver, Chase Ingram, for the 44-yard touchdown. Juab rolling this season, 8-0.
And number 1, Timpanogos goes with the backwards pass, but Hillcrest, as you just saw recently, ready for it. It doesn't matter because Luke Livingston has a backup plan. Somehow avoids the tackle, completes the pass to Cash McCann for the touchdown. Livingston does stuff like this every week. We'll be right back with the highlight reel. Once again, we saved the best part of the show for last.
Yes, this is the Week 8 Game Night Live highlight reel.
Hey, Bonneville, we're coming. The Lakers host Box Elder on Friday.